So I want to start out by showing my paper map for my next level. And if you guys have seen my previous episode, you know that I took whatever criticism I had for that level and made a new one. So this is the Prey Aquarium. This is inspired also by BioShock. I love BioShock, and I wanted to see how I can infuse it into Prey. So in this, you'll see that I'm labeled the major rooms. There's this key chart at the side that sort of tells you what is what, and then it shows you where the enemy pathways are, where vents are, where the fabricator are, where key cards are located. There's also these little lighter areas, and that's the water. So in Prey, you can use this sort of electric shock ability, and I wanted to be able to utilize that, take advantage of that effect in this level, similar to how it's like in BioShock. Like if you shock the water in BioShock, it electrocutes the enemies. I wanted to also illustrate that here in this level. So what I'm about to show you is just a process or the first step of what I'm working on, and there's no way in shape or form this is done, but I wanted to sort of show you guys the process of what I'm doing and my thought process and what I'll be working on in the next few weeks. So this is all, I'm using a ocean shader that I made. It's very basic. Obviously, you can see the edges of it and stuff like that. I just wanted to be able to use it so I can get the feeling that I'm in an aquarium. This stuff is clear because this will have fishes and stuff like that. Like you can be able to see through these walls and see the fish. Over here, as you see, there's a turret. So when you enter, you're gonna have to attack the turret to destroy it. Right now, the turret is not functioning, but I want you to be able to be introduced to some sort of element of an enemy right as you enter. And there's vending machines, so you can pick up all the drinks. These are consumable items. So if you're low on health when you enter into this level, you have a way to heal to prepare yourself for the enemies that are patrolling the area. And as you can see right here, there's a voltaic phantom that is patrolling these pillars. None of these enemies right now have a navigation container, so they're just standing still. I have them as placeholders. That way I sort of know where they're so you guys know where they are standing in the space as well as myself. This here is also an aquarium. Pretty much any area that has open walls is going to be where you see fish and stuff like that. Up there you can see, as I mentioned in my previous video, that I really find that the fabricator and the recycler are really important to utilize in the map and to really focus on. So right here you can see that you can get to it. So like, for example, if you're like, wow, I really need to get to the fabricator, you can actually just, I increased the jump to make things easier, like jumping on the second floor. You can actually just jump up here and get to it. At any time that you need to access those two items, they're available near the center of the level. And now you're like, oh, well, now I'm up here. What other options do I have available to myself? You'll see over there that there's another turret which will attack you. And also there's this other voltaic enemy that's patrolling the area over there. So you're up here and you're like, well, what can I do? Well, this door is locked. You can't get through this door. You can't get into the second area. If you haven't taken out this turret, this thing will give you trouble. And you'll look over there and you'll see this other door. So these two doors cannot be entered at this moment. There's no way to hack into them or anything like that. They're absolutely closed. But you're like, oh, hey, look, there's this small little vent here. And you can actually pick these if you have leverage 3. And in this instance, you do have a leverage up to level 3. I don't have a skill system yet, so you're just going to have to assume that that's where you're at. And you go down here, you can see that this is a medical room. And the medical room is also my previous level. You'll be able to access this thing, and it will spawn a medical operator who can heal you if you're low on health. This is also a hospital room, so these will have containers where you can get items out of them, like consumables, any sort of like medical kit, anything like that. And then you can open this door. When you open this door, it gives you this opportunity to just completely skip over that voltaic phantom that was in that other room. Like, if you're like, hey, I'm really low on health, I don't have any ammo, I have nothing to craft, I can't get past this enemy, there's a way of doing that. You can just, go through that vent if you find it. Also, if you get the vent and you didn't kill the enemy, you have an advantage of like looking down on it and shooting it. You have a sort of a point of interest where you can look down on the guy. And this is actually my favorite room that I've made, in which there's this circular pillar, which is where fish will be in it, and then there's fish all around here. So as you go up, you can sort of see out, and you can see, whatever's available to you, and you can look over here, and it's this like nice building scenery. It builds this mood. So then there's this hallway. That's where the medical door was. If you hadn't gotten through by the vent, this door would be locked. Like, you can't access it unless you go through the vent. So through here, there's another aquarium right here. You can't really see it because it's transparent, but with this transparency, you can now see that there's 2 voltaic enemies on the other side of the map patrolling. So it gives you this opportunity to be like, oh, hey, look, there's an enemy there, but he won't attack you right away. Like, he'll just recognize that he exists. So there's trash cans and things like that. You know, you have this nice, you know, roundabout area. Like, so if he does see you and he starts attacking you as he's navigating this area, you can hide behind this aquarium and it will help prevent you from being like brutally attacked. So I'm going to go ahead and attack him, these 2 guys. And here you'll see, I think, oh, I can't carry him, but you can definitely push him with your body or whatever. So you'll see here that there's this key card that's on the floor and you're like, oh, well, what's this? This is actually going to give you access to that storage room area over here. This is another turret that you're going to have to attack. You can also, you know, hide behind this to not get hit by it, but you can also see it as you enter, that you know that thing is going to be an enemy. So this says consumes SR key card. That means that this would not have been opened if I hadn't found that card. So we're going to open this. We're going to head down here. This is the storage room area. There's going to be mimics and things like that through this entire level. There's 2 mimics in this room that will pop out at you as you enter. I don't have the mimics in yet. I'm having some difficulty replicating more than one. It's just some weird buggy thing that I have to sort of figure out. And then you'll see over here that there's another key card. It's an exit key card. And as you could see from when we first entered into the lobby, that there was this door up and over that you couldn't access or that you couldn't open at the beginning in the lobby. That's what that card is for, and you can just pick these up and throw them. This is like a storage room, so I wanted to be able to have some storage boxes and things like that. And over here we'll have fabrication items, pickup items, things like that. These will be cabinets in which you can grab some items. So as you make your way back through here, there will be another voltaic enemy that will spawn, and you'll have to attack it. And you exit. You will have to hack this door to open it. If you don't have hack, this will be like a level 1 hack. If you don't have hack, you have to exit by going all the way back around the way you came. And find another way up to exit this level. And then go up here. Do a workaround. And I kind of like this because you can look over the entire level that you were processing before. And then you can just exit. And that's the level complete. So as you can see, I sort of thought through things a little bit more easier. The objective is a little bit clearer. Like, the objective is to exit, is to find your way out. That should be clear to the player as they're going through it. I worked out map space. I worked out enemies a bit better. Like, I thought the space through a lot more. There will be a lot more to add. There's a lot more thoughts I'm having about what to do with this space. So hopefully I'll update soon and show you guys what I'm up to.